Another story we're following very closely today. New York Attorney General Letitia James with some tough words against the Trump administration. She is forcefully defending herself from a mortgage fraud investigation launched by the Justice Department. And she spoke with political reporter Marcia Kramer.
It was the first time New York Attorney General Letitia James spoke before the Association for a Better New York in 4 years, and she had a terse message for the city's movers and shakers about a probe launched by the Trump Justice Department into allegations of mortgage fraud.
This investigation into me is nothing more than retribution. It's baseless.
The probe centers on charges she falsified records related to her home in Brooklyn and loan documents for a Virginia property she was co-signing for a niece.
It has to do with the fact that on a power of attorney, I mistakenly indicated that I was a state of Virginia, but prior to that, I had indicated to the mortgage broker that, in fact, in bold cap letters, that I am not a resident of Virginia and never will be.
Meanwhile, FBI Director KASH PATEL confirmed that his agents are actively investigating the case and reporting directly to him and Deputy Director Dan Bongino.
This case, I can tell you, is being handled by our professional pros who are subject matter experts reporting directly to headquarters because it is a case of great public importance.
James says it's retribution for the $455 million judgment her office won against President Trump and the Trump Organization for inflating property values to get more favorable loan and insurance terms. During her speech, she bragged about filing 23 suits challenging the legality of the executive orders signed by the president that she said do harm to New Yorkers.
My message is clear. Don't harm my city. Don't harm my state. Otherwise, you've got to go through me.
Marcia, I'm curious, was her speech today mostly about these suits that she's filed?
Well, you know, there were a lot of suits that she was upset about. Specifically, though, she was upset about the one that was about deporting migrants. She said it was a stain on the moral fiber of the nation.
I know you got one-on-one time with her today. What'd she say?
Well, you know, she says she's willing to work with the president on things that New Yorkers care about, like Penn Station or building affordable housing or other, infrastructure projects. But the thing that she's most intent about is collecting the $455 million from the Trump family. It's on appeal now, and she wants that money.
And she'll keep fighting for it.
I think she will.
Marcia, thank you for that.
I don't know about you guys, but my grandmother used to tell me, if you dig a hole for someone else, be careful, because you just might fall in it yourself. New York Attorney General Letitia James is finding out that truth in real time. A woman who repeatedly agitated and weaponized the law against former President Donald J. Trump, well, he's current and former, but at that time he was just former, is now finding out that what she said so many times is actually true. No one is above the law. New York Attorney General Letitia James is facing allegations of mortgage fraud, which have led to criminal referral for federal prosecution and an ongoing My granny used to tell me, be careful if you dig a hole for somebody else, because you just might fall in it. New York Attorney General Letitia James is learning that lesson in real time. Letitia James is facing allegations of mortgage fraud, which have led to a criminal referral for federal prosecution and an ongoing FBI investigation. The accusations stem from a letter sent by the Federal Housing Agency to U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi. The core allegations that are made in this letter are that Letitia James falsified her residency status, saying that her primary residence is a house in Norfolk, Virginia, when, as serving New York Attorney General, she is required to maintain a permanent residence in New York. Duh. The next allegation is that she misrepresented one of her Brooklyn properties as a 4-unit dwelling when it is in actuality a 5-unit dwelling. The last allegation is that she falsified mortgage documents when she listed her father as her husband when attempting to acquire a loan to buy 2 separate homes, one in 1983 and one in the year 2000. The Attorney General is saying that by falsifying these documents, LETITIA James was able to acquire government-backed assistance and get more favorable loan terms when she was attempting to purchase properties. But the irony in this situation cannot be ignored, because the things that she has allegedly done are exactly the same. Well, at least one of them is exactly the same as what she accused Donald Trump of doing, saying that he purposely misrepresented or overvalued his property in an attempt to receive more favorable loan terms and rates. Well, Donald Trump has yet to be found guilty of that. And reality is he wasn't guilty of it, because even the banks that gave Donald Trump the loans said that this is a common practice, that Donald Trump had broken no laws, and that he paid the loans back on time and maintained a good credit relationship with those lenders. So there was really no crime committed. But LETITIA James was not having that. Instead, she decided to humiliate Donald, who at that time was the former president. He's the current president now, forcing him to come to New York, forcing him to pay a bond of over $300 million. But here's the kicker. LETITIA James is now herself on the paying end of a huge legal fee. But she's not rich like Donald Trump. So she doesn't have the money to make good on what she owes. So what does LETITIA James, Mrs. Nobody is Above the Law, do? She goes and begs her supporters online for $25 donations, saying that this needs to be given to defend democracy, to defend law and order. Girl, you are the Attorney General. You are literally a person who has been entrusted with maintaining law and order and abiding by the rules of democratically run government. But instead of doing that, you chose to weaponize the legal system in an attempt to appease radicalized liberal voters and get elected as Attorney General. And now it's backfiring on you, because the same nonsense that you used to bring charges against Donald Trump is being used to bring charges against you. The karma is real. Not only is she attempting to acquire $25 donations from her loyal supporters, she is also attempting to pilfer or pillage a slush fund that was created by the administration of New York to help legally embattled politicians. Basically, if these politicians in New York, these radicalized leftists, ever were sued by their constituents or businesses or opposing interests, they would have a slush fund of millions and millions of dollars of taxpayer money to fight those legal battles. So basically, the people of New York are paying for the same politicians who are selling them out to have legal protection in the event that they one day realize that they're being hoodwinked and bamboozled and decide to take legal action against these politicians. This is absolutely crazy. And now Letitia James is attempting to extract $10 million from that slush fund to pay her legal obligations. I mean, the audacity of these people is unparalleled. The audacity of these people is unparalleled. We opened a can of worms under the guise of no one being above the law. Now that stance has backfired on us. And we want the taxpayers to pay for us to fight the legal battles that have come upon us basically by our own doing. I'm telling you, the people of New York are getting scammed, coming and going. They are being absolutely bamboozled by these radical leftists who are weaponizing the legal system of New York against their political opponents. That's really all I have to say about this. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Letitia James is as ridiculously evil as I do? Or do you think I'm being too harsh and I should wait and see how this plays out? If I get my wish, Letitia James is going to jail. She's going to get exactly what she has coming to her. She dug that hole, and now it looks like she's falling in it. Till the next time, take care of yourselves, but most importantly, please take care of each other. Peace.